Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Hangar Studios Flight 713. Today's flight time will be about 1 hour and 13 minutes following takeoff. The content creator of this flight is Captain Godwin Grimm, and this is your favorite developer, B4 Gunner. Please make sure that your seat back is in the upright position, your tray table is closed, and your seatbelt is fastened. We recommend that you continue to fasten your seatbelt while seated during the flight. Also refrain from using any electronic devices during takeoff and landing for safety reasons. Your cooperation will be much appreciated. If there is anything we can do for you, please let us know. We wish you a pleasant flight. Thank you.
I'm not big on fighting these days, but I don't call the cops. And I'm not big on scrapping lately. When I start, I don't stop. I just need one more person to hate me talk that talk. One more problem might make me kill them all. I'm a heartbreaker, ass kicker. I'm a heartbreaker, nasty words. I got 2 fingers for ass kissers. I'm an asshole, dirtbag, no good bastard.
Yeah, one of them's getting pink when you get far enough away from it. That's just weird. Unless some amateur made it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome, everybody. I'm pushing the wrong buttons all over the place behind the scenes here. I'm pushing everything wrong.
Just a little bit off today. You can all fuck off today.
That's Sean making sure there's a curse word within the first 30 seconds of the video. Thank you. Son of a bitch. So we got these big old lunky DC-3s. No matter what I've done, every video I've watched, I can't get the autopilot to work. So we're just gonna punch it. Hope for the best. You can go for it, Icarus. That's right behind you. Maybe. We're gonna go ahead and jump right in the air. Yeah, Hobie there, when she first came to the U.S., she was out of Montreal, so she came down and wanted to do a little local show, and we had the 20-foot video screen, and one of my best friends was doing the video, and we were putting it up on the 20-foot screen, and everything was going great until all of a sudden she had a small wardrobe malfunction, and I look up on the screen, and there's a giant 20-foot boob, because my best friend who was running the camera just so happened to be zooming it right in when that happened. So yeah, that was the thing. So yeah, there's a giant 20-foot naked boob on the screen. I was like, oh crap, I'm trying to shut the screen off. Nice way to debut in the US. We're going to try to get up around 5,000 feet. I can't get the autopilot to work in this thing at all, so it's going to be pretty much get it trimmed out and hope for the best, but luckily there's no real stops along the way, the airway is dead straight between the two. So if we can just get up around 4,000 or 5,000. And pull my engines back so I don't blow them. Yep, if I try to turn it on, the light goes off. That light is supposed to stay on for the heading hold, and I turn it on. There's the power. The switch down there is on. I turn this on. It just flashes and shuts right off, so I've got a broken autopilot. What a surprise! A plane with an autopilot is not working right. Oh my, that's okay. I am going to run it in the yellow tonight. I'm not going to run it completely in the green the whole time. Just to be honest, I had to push myself to want to do this flight today. I don't know why. Just one of those days where you just don't feel like flying. We'll get on up to only about 5,000 feet. So these things, any higher than that, you're pushing your luck with these things. Oh, Mr. Sean's in the DC-3. I don't have that one. That's a big bird. That is a big, big bird. If you want to know how to fly the DC-3, go watch anything by Leaded Rapier. You'll find out how to do it. You're cheating. I can't get the autopilot GTN 750 to work. I literally can't. Tried that too earlier. I got my flight plan in there. Of course, maybe that's what's causing it to not work. In fact, I have this in here. But can't even get the what was I gonna say? I got the map. You can't get it to switch over. It automatically goes back to VLOC. You can't switch it. Yeah, I want to do that. Yeah, nothing seems to want to work on this thing the way it's supposed to. Oh, now I lost my entire flight plan on that one. Dumbass me, pushed the wrong button, erased the freaking flight plan out of the thing. Yeah, so it's great. We're just gonna fly. And this thing, it's not like this thing drifts that much. It's pretty good about staying on track. I don't know if it's gonna. I'm gonna have to manually set it at 4,000, but or 5,000. Get it to stop gaining altitude. And then, oh, of course, it's going to immediately lose altitude. Thank you, plane. You're half a degree too far with your trim. I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm just having a weird day. Not a bad day, just a weird one. Music. There we go. Oh, that's too loud. What, having a bad day now? 4,000 is going to work for me. This plane and trim. Trim this plane. Oh, fuck. The only good thing is I think I have my trip itinerary all planned out. I'm going to be gone 10 to 11 days from December 5th through the 15th, I think. There probably won't be, there may be dog shorts if I load them up ahead of time. But during that time, there's not going to be flights, but there'll probably be some train things when I can get anywhere where I can upload. I'll turn on the unlimited upload on my phone. I'll do the hotspot on my phone as well. Oh. Whew, all good on my end. Holding altitude, of course. Great, works for you. It's not working for me. Of course, I'm trying to use the one that's in the plane, not the one that's in the 750, but that's alright. We don't need to use it. We only have to fly this 4 times. So I'm going to run it in the yellow tonight because I want to get there. Oh, Jesus. Lean the engines out a little. Good morning, William Kelly. Oh, that sounded out fucking terrible. This thing has, if I'm not mistaken, this one has the auto lean. Yes, it does. It will automatically lean out your engines. It's probably going to cause my nose to drop. Oh, it's going to cause me to go right. Why would leaning my engines automatically cause me to go right? My right engine just went wonky. Look at my right engine. What the hell is going on with that? Well, that got weird. I must have bumped something else in the cockpit. Caused my engines to pitch one more harder than the other. I wish I had auto landing gear. I won't be trailing so much behind. It goes up. Good evening, William. Hope everything's good with you. I really wish I could see that DC-3 because it is a beautiful bird, but it's awful pricey for something I'll never use. Mr. Icarus, he's doing well up there. Got some decent altitude. He's going right up to 9,000 feet. Gunner's kind of pink. Oh, livery. Livery's free on Gunner's website, by the way, if anybody wants to get their hands on it. Come on, trim out, bitch. This is the company that Gunner's dad first worked for when he worked on a DC-3 as a mechanic. It's the first company he worked for. Gunner recreated livery in memory of his father. So make sure you go ahead and grab yours over on his Discord channel. So this is for Gunner and his dad. Big tribute for him. I think it's an awesome tribute. So make sure you run over and get a copy when you get a chance. Unless you're on Xbox and then you're a redheaded stepchild, you can't get into the cool things. Yeah, I do. It's a pretty livery. I do like it a lot. So yeah, I'll be rolling, I think, December 5th through the 15th-ish. Could be 15th, 16th, could be 10, 11 days. Train travel is always wonky. It can be late, early. Have a nice flight. Can't wait to see the butter at the end. Yeah, you're not going to see a butter at the end of this one. Not with this bird. You're going to see a, oh shit. Oh shit, it's actually on the ground in one piece. How you doing, Mighty? If anybody's in the Seattle or Portland, Oregon area, I'm going to be staying overnight and part of the day over there. I got like almost a 20-hour layover in Portland. I have to eat my bunkmate? That's okay. I don't have a bunkmate because nobody wants to go. So it's not going to be a problem. I can't find anybody that wants to go. Oh, I gotta admit, it's an awful long ass trip and it is very stressful. If you don't like riding on the train. So I'm really not stopping and seeing shit. I'm going to be in like Portland for 20 hours. Other than that, it's going to be on the train rolling along. I got 7 hours in Sacramento. And that'll probably be down to about 3 or 4 hours in Sacramento if the train's late, which it usually is. I got 2 layovers in the Chicago, one each way. Get 4 to 6 hours in Chicago each way. That's it. The rest of the time's going to be on the rails, just rolling along. I got a whole shitload of 128 gig memory cards for the GoPro. My boss has actually given me one for the race from the race car, so I don't have to buy a new one. I got a Hero 4, records 1028. Fine, I'm not gonna record it all in 4K. So I wouldn't have enough money for memory cards to do it all in 4K or 1080. We're gonna do it in 1080, the entire thing. all the daylight hours, I will have video footage out the window of the train. Wonder if girls taste better than boys? I don't know. Ask the Donner Party, because I'm going to be going through Donner Pass. Everything I've done in Microsoft since Fresh Install has been great, except for the DC-3 dials all stopped. And then circuit breakers kept popping. I'm going to stay and listen. Hey, no worries, Mr. Sean. Totally understandable. It's going to be the first time I've ever been in the Rockies in the wintertime. I realized every time I've crossed, when I was planning this trip, I was planning it for springtime. And I was like, I'm going to go in the spring. And then I realized racing season starts in the spring, so I can't really, there's not going to be a big time period where I can be gone that long. And then turn around and be gone again for the racing. So it's like, I've never been to the Rockies in the wintertime. Ever. I'm like, that's it, I'm going this winter. You can only vogue for one? Oh, Jesus. I do hope you meant vouch. Come on, Vogue. So yeah, my entire... Yeah, you can get stuck in the winter, you get stuck in the summer. But they got giant plows. They got giant snow blowers. They keep it open for the freight, so it should be good. Hey, what the hell? If I get stuck, I get stuck. It's not. I'm not a. I don't have to be back to go to work. It's my off season, so if it takes an extra 2 or 3 days, I don't really care. And the hotel I've got in Portland, I've already got the insurance on that, so I can change the days and it won't cost me anything. And the best thing is, if I miss my connecting trains because I bought it all as one, they cover any costs. Or in the UK, if a leaf lands on the track, everything gets canceled for 2 weeks until they clear it. Actually, it's going to be neat because we're going to be going down that stretch of Highway 70. The train runs along Highway 70 where it's stacked. And I've actually been down there in the car where there wasn't enough room to put the highway side by side, so they put it on top of each other down the canyon. And there was a big landslide last year, the year before, that wiped a whole section of that highway out. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can see it from down in the on the other side of the river on the train. You can see where it was taken out. Ooh, I'm up to 6,000 feet. Or no, 5,500 feet. That's right. A little bad weather up ahead. Really looking forward to tomorrow night's flight. I like the bush flights. The Friday night bush flights have been very rapidly becoming my favorite flights. Funny how things change. Around the World were really one of my favorites, and now it's the Friday night bush flights. These have always been fun. Around the World's been fun. I find myself, the one I look forward to the most every week is the Friday night bush flight now. So, everybody wants to be thinking about the next airplane. You're going to want to kind of think hard. There's going to be some restrictions on what we use after this one. We're going to be in PNG, Papua New Guinea. Nope, it's got to be bush plane. Has to be a bush plane. I'm not going to rip around Papua New Guinea in a plane that can't land at half the airports or more. So PNG is going to be bush planes. The Kodiak is one turbo because of the turboprop. I don't think I have it. I don't have the Kodiak, do I? I do want the PA-44, but not for bush flight. PNG is going to be bush flight. TBM's iffy. TBM may not get out of a couple of little places. I'm thinking Kit Fox along those lines. I remember working in TJSJ every time an iguana touched the runway, flights got stopped. Even the twin, maybe the single, but the twin, I don't know. I want just remember, if you ever watch Missionary Bush Pilot, it's pretty much a pisser to get in and out of those. We're gonna need Kit Fox, got gravel, got carbon. You know, everywhere he lands is places we're gonna be flying, so we need bush planes that are real bush planes that can handle the next leg of this. I have put the TBM in some places I wouldn't normally put them. I don't have the B-222. I don't believe that's on my list. I'm thinking Carbon Cub, Piper Cub, L-17, all the Airwolf, oh, the helicopter. Yeah, the helicopter could go. The helicopter could be in there. Yeah, you're right. Well, just thinking, you could use a helicopter, absolutely. It does meet the criteria. It would be awesome to fly around some of those areas in a helicopter. Bush flight or helicopter? Absolutely. Helicopters can be stuck in that list. But if you're not sure, go look at Missionary Bush Pilot and you'll see the airports I'm talking about that we plan on visiting on our way through. I may join his Patreon just to get one of his members has made one of the airports he goes to a lot. And it's like a members only thing. I might join his thing just to get that runway. A little bit of ugly weather here. You know what I love? This plane tells you right here. Read this down. It's much louder, but do not operate this aircraft in known icing conditions. But if you go up here, airframe de-ice, pitot heat, windshield de-ice. So it's got full de-icing suite, but still has the sticker. Don't go into icing conditions. Old vacuum wipers. My Jeep had those. Ah! Shit, he does. Unbelievable. There's more than once I was watching that and saying it's probably a good thing God is on his side. But he's got God as his co-pilot, because there's some crazy freaking landings in there. And some of those that are... Here says different. I have an upgraded model to this, which might be breaking it. I have the Realism overhaul mod for this thing. No, I didn't get killed. We're at 6,000 feet though, way higher than I wanted to be. That's right. Looks like those mountains are pretty close to 6,000 ahead of us. We got to get up and over them, so. Keep your nose up. Nose up. Why the hell? No hush, dog. I gotta throw her out. I thought I left the door open, but I guess I didn't. I'll be right back. You don't see me online. Well, I'm here. Where's everyone? USA East? Good place to check. We're in near Papua New Guinea, just north of it. WAUE, not far from there. East USA server. We got about 150 miles to go. Got about an hour. Hi, dog. It's nice knowing there's mountains ahead of you and you go into a cloud bank. And you didn't check the MSA before you left. You don't see anyone in the sim. Oh, that is weird. Say check your connection, but... Uh-oh. Sean's getting an update. Never a good sign. Huh, I'm online. Fully. I'm online. Everybody sees me. It really come out nice, this livery. Oh, well, where the hell's my cowl flaps? That's part of my reason my plane's acting funky. Where's cowl flaps on this thing? They're wide open. That's rudder trim. Throttle, mixture. Carb beat. Supercharger. And they on the other seat. Do you have an idea where the frick the cowl flaps are? There they are. What do we got there? That's better. Hey Gunner, how far ahead are you than me? Because how high are those mountains? They look like they're pretty well up there. No, they should be closed while you're flying. I don't know, I'm fully closed, but they should be closed when you're at altitude because they just create drag and They're only there to get it cooler while you're down low. When you're not moving real fast, when you don't have airflow over the engine. It helps cool the engine. So I'm not sure exactly what settings on the DC-3. This is like the 3rd time I've ever flown it. I started the PC at 0002 on Friday the 13th. I'm turning the thing around, not touching a thing again. $7,500, you might make it. Well, I'm at 7,000, so. It says 713. Wasn't Friday the 13th the reason it's such bad luck? Isn't that the day that the church ordered the Knights Templar to be killed? Isn't that how Friday the 13th got to be a bad day? Considered bad? Important and relevant. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure it's the day the Knights Templar were ordered killed by the church. No, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. The Ark of the Covenant's buried on Ark Island. Now, I don't believe that one. I don't believe the Ark is there. I really don't. Because there's a church with a guy that's been called the Ark Keeper or whatever it is. And he's the only one that's been able to see it, but it makes sense if you follow the path and the history of where it would be. It should be about where that church is. And he trains one person to take his place before he dies. That's all they do. All he does is keep the Ark. I think there's something buried there. It starts again in like 2 weeks, the TV series. I'm addicted to TV series. I love the TV series. But let's be honest, if it wasn't for that dude metal detecting, they wouldn't have found shit in the last 5 years. I personally think Samuel Ball found a whole bunch of the treasure already. Well, the reason I watch it now is not for the... I don't even watch so much anymore for whether they're going to find the treasure or not. I'm hoping they find the answers of who built this shit now. Now it's who actually built that, because there was activity there long before Columbus got to America, like long before. So that changes the actual history of who was on this continent doing shit long before, like the last ones. Fight for the Templars. Yeah, love the show. I'm more, like I say, I'm much more into now wanting to see what if they can figure out exactly who did it. Because there was obviously stuff done there. For Christ's sakes, they found Middle Eastern bones at a depth of 200 feet. I don't know why they didn't go back to that shaft and explore more there. I mean, you found human bones. At crazy depths. They bring up logs from crazy depths. Like I say, if it hadn't been for the dude metal detecting the last 5 years, I don't think they found anything. almost 200 feet. Each year 400 recurring solar cycle contains with 97 leap days are exactly. Each cycle contains the same pattern of days of the week, therefore the same pattern of Fridays are on the 13th. Slightly more likely to be a Friday than any other day of the week. Okay. Prove it. Very true. Show your what's it called? Show your work. You should start building planes. The old teacher, show your work. Don't care if you get the right answer. Still get it wrong unless you show your work. Okay, just hit that mountain at 85. Is that why you had to turn? Is that why you're at a 90-degree angle? You do know you can pull back on the yoke and avoid hitting stuff. Just saying. That helps. You're at 10,000? You're gonna make sure you get over it. From your seat, it's still looking a little dodgy. I'm just hand flying, pointing at the general direction and playing with the trim though. Playing with the trim. I really wish I had one of those modernized pressurized cockpit all glass cockpits with the twin turbo with the turbo props on it. You're busy typing. I don't see that guy. Apparently he still can't find us. Again, nothing that Microsoft does anymore surprises me even a little bit. If I just stay to the right here, I should clear it. Try not to sneeze. Hey, 12 people watching, 11 likes. Somebody's slacking. Who's the slacker? Probably me. I'm probably the one that didn't like my own stream yet. I'm notorious for that. Because yes, it counts. Believe it or not, liking your own stream counts. Oh yeah, I don't think 8.5 would have gotten over that peak right there. Oh, don't start spinning, you bastard. There, Torn Jupiter. He made it in. Yeah, 85 wouldn't have cut it right there. like 88 or 87. ChatGPT, even with his love of incorrect answers, says 13th is slightly more likely to fall on a Friday. Hi, Maddie. I guess Maddie wants to go out. Oh, mad dog. Better get back on course. Looks beautiful. It is pretty, I'll tell you. Awesome livery too. Yeah, these mountains are up there. I better check my fuel. I'm still burning good. They're pretty even. What you want, Maddie? Go out. Ugh. Be right back again. They can't ever go out together. I don't know why. Well, I'll leave the door open. Apparently, Maddie's going for a walk. Everybody says she doesn't get enough exercise. She probably doesn't, but she goes when she wants. She goes when she wants, where she wants, within reason. She's got almost 2 acres to do whatever the hell she wants in. So, Gunnar, are you going to make that new plane I showed you? That's the silliest looking fucking plane for a mass-produced plane I've ever seen. No, I'm not thinking I like that avatar thing. I have no desire to put my ugly mug in Sim. If you look at the ones I got there already, they all look terrified. Air trunk. I think it's a cool idea. I think a lot of people like it, but I just don't. I don't want to put my picture in the sim, and I don't want anybody else's that I know picture in the sim. I said once you're done with this one, actually I fully expect in your spare time to get Dastardly and Muttley in that plane. Not my fault the plane's got a totally different nose on the military version. Oh, it did look good though. They did make it a pits. Those avatars come, all I can see is crash the desktops. Looks like I was gonna say something. Shit, forgot what it was. Oh. If they ever have another developer, everybody needs to send this in. And I mean everybody needs to send this in. If you ever hear this, send Microsoft an email, or Sobo an email, saying there needs to be some minimum standards for an aircraft sold in the marketplace. There needs to be some minimum standards. You know, like all planes must be at least complete, you know, working cockpit. Not every switch, but at least complete. Nothing, or well, some aircraft lights for the ground, which I already have from the freeware, and airport lighting I have from freeware, and the B2 that's not so stealthy, the one with the Australian one that came out a few weeks ago. Finally got into the marketplace. That's really pretty much it. Two things. Two whole things. They worked so hard, didn't they? Got a backlog of like 60, 70 items. They got two out. Oh, sorry about that. Last QA, they asked Jorg about the bad planes, and they said they've never turned one away. I know. Yeah, they said, oh, we never turned away a developer. Well, you should. You've got one of them that literally is terrible. Another one that's not great. But here, let me buy the generic model of the plane, throw some skins on it, put a flight model from another plane in it. There you go. What do you mean? They might not turn them, but they are very selective anymore. No, they're not. That idiot still puts out junk constantly. Who sets those standards? Developers are a sneaky bunch like race car engineers. They'll look for a way around it. Well, you know, I mean, at least have a completed plane. I mean, there are aircraft in there that don't have, quite literally, do not have cockpits. Then steal liveries and rebrand them as your own. So, ban them. Kick them out. They're garbage. They're literally doing some shady shit. But it's money. No, you should have to have some sort of minimum standards. If you've got every single plane of the best one you've got's got a 2.4 score, maybe you got to look at why. Are they putting out a ton of junk? But they don't care because they're selling a ton of stuff. Hey, Brett Pound. How's it going? But they did say in that thing that they have not turned over and they don't plan on turning away any developer. Which is fine, I get that, but at least have some minimum standards that an aircraft must meet to be sold. That way, I mean, I was lucky I didn't buy a couple of them. I did buy one of the wrong ones, but... You're missing the point, Sean. You're missing it completely. You should not be allowed to sell a plane that doesn't have a cockpit. I don't care what you charge for it. I don't care if you charge $1.99 for it. You should not be allowed to sell a plane that's not feature complete. That's what I mean by standards. If you want to make one that's got super accurate everything, then charge a fortune for it. You got every right to do that, but at least it's complete. Should you be allowed to sell a plane with no cockpit? No. You know, yeah. then it should be labeled all over it that it has no exterior, that it's exterior model only. I don't think you should even have that in the sim. You know, the consumer, as a consumer, I feel that if I purchase something in the official marketplace, it should have some standards. It should work. It should be feature complete. It should have a working cockpit. I'm not saying every button, every switch, every last thing has to work perfectly, but I expect it to fly properly. I expect it to look properly. It doesn't have to be, and what I mean by feature complete is that if I move my throttle, the throttles go up. If I move my throttles down, they go down. If I push my flap levers move, flaps move. It should be feature complete. I'm not saying every last button, switch, and everything works. You know, and case in point, if anybody has the Switzerland mesh from the marketplace, it has caused the biggest stutters of any mesh. You can't fly with it on. It's still in the marketplace. Why? If it causes the game to act like crap, it's never been updated from the day it was put in. Why is it still there? So people can spend money on something that doesn't work. Microsoft knows it doesn't work, but it's still there. That's what I mean by standards. There's got to be some sort of minimum standards there. Like if you put in something that causes people's sims not to work properly, why should you be allowed to continue to sell it if it makes your sim not work properly? It's still there. You can still buy it. It doesn't work. It will cause stutters like you wouldn't believe, but it's still there. Never been updated. That's what I mean by no standards. There's no standards right now. They need to have minimum standards. That it should not crash the desktop, your system. It shouldn't impact your gameplay. It should be feature compliant, or feature complete, I should say. Feature complete. I don't want to force an update. I don't even want to force an update. I just want them to update it if it doesn't work. You know, either update it or remove it, like the mesh. Update or move. So the 13th is less likely to occur on a Thursday or Saturday. Yeah, I know. He mentioned forced update. I don't mean forced update. I think if it's fine, it's fine. There's no need to update it. But like, if it's broken or causing the sim to crash or causing it so the sim doesn't fly properly, either fix it or remove it. It shouldn't be in there for somebody to buy to break their sim. Brake system should be removed. Hey JB, how's it going? Yeah, I'm pushing me off. There's a slight crosswind. Actually, if something's broken, fix it or pull it and return the money. If I operated my business how they are, I'd be bankrupt 2 years ago. Yeah, true.
I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life.
I just think there needs to be some bare minimum standards for the marketplace. This is pretty out here, though. And this is a one-off livery. If anybody wants to grab it, if you got PC, jump on over to Gunner's. What the hell is it called? Gunner's Discord, and grab a copy of this livery. It's a memorial livery to his dad. His dad's first job working on planes was working on DC-3s, and this is the livery for the airline that he worked for. So if you'd like to copy this livery, jump on over to Gunner's Discord and grab a copy of it. It is free. It is a memorial livery, and I happen to really like the looks of it. Oh, it's on his website too, so there you go. So it's on his website or Discord. It makes it twice as good knowing it's a memorial livery, so it's pretty awesome. Ooh, are there any Easter eggs on the livery? That I don't know. You know, I haven't found any Easter eggs in the Navion. I did in the Twin, but I think the standards very high. They clearly should be better about the state of an aircraft or add-on, and then there's none on both, see? I haven't found anything on either one. See that? He got sloppy. Getting lazy. Too hard to get the plane done. Put in Easter eggs. So what's the history of this airline? Never heard of it. Me neither, actually. Any more on the NAV is max for decent performance. The avoid Captain Sim's comment. No, I agree, Brett, with one exception. When they first came out, nobody knew. And there was nothing stating that, oh, this plane doesn't have a cockpit. This does not. You know, nobody knew. They know that now, and the ratings are so terrible. They know it now. But there was no way of telling. If there were some minimum standards, people would have known beforehand that at least it was feature compliant or complete. Lake Central Airlines was an airline that served points in the Midwestern and Eastern United States from 1950 to 1968. When it merged, oh, that's Allegheny. I flew Allegheny back in the day. Before it was U.S. Air, I actually flew in Allegheny. They used to call Allegheny Airlines the Sometimes Airlines. Sometimes you get there, sometimes you wouldn't. 1997, U.S. Air became U.S. Airways, carried by American Airlines. In 2026, American Airlines is calling Air. Your dad was with them for 35 years. That's awesome. I'm trying to remember that thing that Allegheny Airlines used to fly all the time. It looked like a garbage truck. It was a twin. I think it might have been turboprop, but it looked like a garbage truck. Last era have longevity as a good thing in our jobs. Yeah, no kidding. I'd be full of lawsuits from the landings. Jesus. Oh, we got 75 miles. 50 miles, so 50 minutes or half hour, 45 minutes. Not much. When they merged with Alligator and they became. I'm trying to remember that aircraft. It's right on the tip of my tongue. They used to fly. It literally looked like a garbage truck. It was square. It was completely square, like a garbage truck. Went straight up in the back, so you couldn't slam the tail and take off. Yeah, I see where Icarus is, down in that hauler. We might head down that way. Follow that river down a little bit. I know we're on IFR, but it won't hurt to just take a good look down this valley. Yeah, it was. It was when they just did up here. I can't for the life of me. I'm trying to. I used to know the name of it because it was a really funny looking thing. Luke, long time no see. How's everything going for you? You'd have a job change to improve your experience. The world will see different people in many different parts of the world. I can see the fun in that. But they also gain more experience compared to us old people who just stayed in one job. Not necessarily. You jump all over the place, you'll never build a decent retirement. And we got a convenience store here, even though it's a convenience store, if you stay with them for 20 years to get vested, you end up with a retirement with $1 million. $1 million bucks. 20 years. You bounce all over the place, you're never going to get that. Yeah, I just think it's great bouncing around all over the place, but you're never going to get advancements. You're not going to get decent retirements. I mean, yeah, they can pay into their own 401k, but you're not going to get the company-backed retirements or the union-backed retirement benefits. course, I'm sure there's a comment in there somewhere about them still living in their parents' basements, why they don't have to pay their mortgage. Higher than 12, less than 12 months. In Australia, pensions is portable. Not even sure what the hell that means, but a pension is portable. But I can guarantee you, if you work here for IBM and then you go to work for Microsoft, IBM's not going to pay your Microsoft pension, or Microsoft is not going to pay your IBM pension. Your government pension may be portable, but your corporate pension's not. Like here, you've got Social Security, which is doesn't matter what company you work for, and you got your own 401ks, which belong to you, but companies can pay into. But then you've also got actual corporate pensions. Like I said, Stewards Corp in New York State, if you stay with them 20 years to get vested, you will have $1 million investment. So it's 401k. It's not a corporate pension plan. So it's paid into and it's owned by you, like the 401. 401 is a pension plan that you own, that companies pay into to help, you know. Yeah. It's like a 401. You tell them where, but they don't have to. In the U.S., corporations don't have to pay in. They only have to pay. They don't have to pay in anything. There you go. So it's a 401. Works for me, dude. I don't care. .401 is one of the greatest things there is. It's just that nobody's educated in how to use them properly. It's free money. Literally, they're like, you can't. Well, I'm not going to pay in 20% of my check. Well, the company will pay it. Will match that 20%. So that's free money that you don't pay tax on until you retire. It's like a giant bank account, and you double your money. Oh, that's cool. Sun's over here in the U.S. On business. That's always a good way to travel on somebody else's dime. Look at that shiny new plane. It's not even all dirty. Looks like we're getting into some farmland. Since my wife is a regulator, we aren't allowed to invest even 401 by 6-month treasury bills, and they're through the roof these days. You might want to do a nosedive. All expenses paid trip, and he's the only one with the company maybe 6 months that lucky. So that's awesome. That's why I like playing with race cars. I mean, I get all the thrills of being there on the pit wall, the adrenaline, I get all the benefits of going and hanging out for the race, and I get all the meals, all the travel, and everything paid for. And I'm paid a pretty good chunk of change to be there for 3 or 4 days. It doesn't cost me a damn thing when the car gets piled up. Doesn't cost me anything. I'm lucky. Usually the guys I work for, the cars aren't stuffed very often. That really hadn't been an issue, but best job I've ever had. And depending on what's going on, if they're short-handed, they'll pay a huge sum of money for you to do virtually nothing. Now, it's crazy work. It is crazy work. It's very, very precise work. It doesn't seem it, but it's a high-stress job. Incredibly high-stress job. I can't make mistakes. I mean, I can make some mistakes and it'd just be the difference between winning and losing, but some mistake could lead to somebody getting hurt really bad or killed. So I can't make mistakes. That's why literally, like this summer, there's Hot Rod. This summer when I was literally I was there on vacation, I was doing videos and shit, and all of a sudden I got called to work. I stopped doing videos. I had to go 110% into the car and stay there. What specific roles I will do, and have been trained in just about every aspect of it. I can do just tires, like on the bigger companies. I can do just tires. I go over the wall with tires. I can do fueling. I can do, my main thing is doing the aero packages, doing the actual making the car go faster based on the track, like tire pressures, how much you've got on the front and rear, downforce, balancing the cars out. So that's making them go faster and interacting with the driver. That's a big part of it, is being able to now it's Hot Rod Attacks. Luke, my son, come to the dark side. But now that's the big problem. I don't have the mindset to do shorts when I'm there or videos. I'm 110% focused on the car, because if I was filming a video and fucked up something on the car, I would just go crazy. It would drive me bonkers. Oh, it can't be true. So yeah, the videos usually stop when it's a race weekend. I've tried, and I just don't have. I'll do something like in between times, or maybe catch a shot of the car going down the main straight, because I'm not doing anything, because I know he's not coming into the pits that lap. I may get a short doing that, but oh, I'm not. Yeah, the old problem is, and here's the problem. When I go to the track, there's a reason. If I go to the track as a spectator, just like the last time, there's a reason I don't answer my phone and I don't do stuff, because if I go down to the pits, one of those teams will snag me and put me to work. And it's like almost every fucking time it happens. There he is. Quite literally. I mean, it was like I couldn't get away from it that last time, because last time I was there under his crew, even though I wasn't working for him. Because look, you never pay to go to races once you're crew, because somebody will always have an extra spot on their crew roster, just throw you on, so you don't have to buy a ticket. Like, you never have to buy a ticket once you're under crew somewhere. So some team will throw you on, use their extra, because they get so many crew members and they just throw you on. But then you can't deny them that you're not there. It's like I was on Saya's crew list, and that's when his normal crew chief called me up at 7 in the morning. He's like, dude, I know you're there, so don't lie to me. He said, they got a clusterfuck down there. Will you go fix it? So I was stuck. I had no choice. And I literally will ride around the paddock and just take video. Take a ride around the paddock, and people say, hey, how you doing? You busy? Yes, I am. I'm always busy. You know what I can do? I'll try next year, but I'll probably be spotting for him again. But if I'm not spotting for him, I'll see if he'll let me throw a cam in the pits. I can hear him. Oh, there he is. How the hell do you get that thing going that slow? By the way, the short with you flying low in it the other day, the short went up today. It's done really well. I think it's up to almost 1,000 views. With you buzzing me in the A10. The engine sounds like it's about ready to stall. Damn, that fucking thing's loud tonight. I was nuking a bathroom while watching this. Hey Willie, how's it going? Yay, only 3 more flights with the DC-3. Oh, it's alright. It's all good. That thing does have an awesome crack to it. I just had my head set up really loud. Supposedly the talk on the street, or actually with my old boss, not on the street, we're going back to a full season next year. The partial season this year wasn't, and with my heart bothering me, I've got the clearance to go back. The heart issue's under control. I've got the clearance to go back to racing, and we talked, and it's going to be a full season again. That partial season wasn't any fun for him. He didn't like it. I couldn't race, so we're going back full bore next year. We're going to try to snag a championship. It's going to be fun because there's going to be a couple of new cars coming that are fast, really fast. So it should be fun. Should be a fun season. I have no idea who else is streaming. Is Liberty Flight streaming right now? We could raid him. 8, usually 8 races. At least in our series. I'll do 8 races with him. I'll do 2 with Michael Saya. I'll do 1 with Historics, and that pretty much rounds out a full season. So 11 to 12 races a year. When you figure most of that's done in 5 months, all over the northeastern U.S. It's rare that I end up in like Texas or something like that. That's pretty rare occurrences. Anybody know which way the wind's blowing down there? Doesn't matter. I'm going to come in this way. All over the eastern U.S. Like say regularly I'll get a call where somebody's really short-handed, wants me to go to Texas or something crazy like that. But when COVID, I did 3 trips to Florida, 1 to Georgia, and 1 to Texas, 1 up to Ohio. So it was pretty cool. I got to go crazy in COVID. I'm still 6,000 feet. We better start heading down. It's fun. It's a lot of travel. A lot of travel. Sometimes travel's a pain in the ass because you might be getting off the track at close to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. 5 o'clock in the evening, you get off track. You gotta go through tech if you won. Yeehaw! Another one goes by a mock. You don't hear it until after it's by. That's cool how they did that. But you're stuck there until they clear the car. Then you gotta pack the car. And you're on the... So you've been on the go since like 6 in the morning. And you don't even get to go home for till 6 in the evening, 7 in the evening. And you got a 6 or 8 hour drive ahead of you. Sometimes 10-hour drive ahead of you. But usually what I do when it gets that bad, I'll just tell them, look, you're paying for another night in the motel. And all the drivers and their teams are really good about just throwing an extra hotel. They're always pretty good about throwing an extra room in. You know, if it's going to be crazy late like that, they're good about it. You just tell them, look, I need the room for another night. And they're like, okay. Never been an issue. Nobody's ever told me no. I mean, I don't ask for it if I don't need it, but I'm not going to work all damn day and get out of there late. I'm still pretty high up because we're landing on a runway that's like a couple feet above sea level. I have one. I do have one. I usually sleep in my camper at the track. I have a small camper I do sleep at a lot of times at the track, but a lot of times I have to get a room because the racetrack closes and won't let you stay overnight. And if that's the case, they'll absolutely 100% spring for a room. They'll spring for a room anyways, even when I'm there. But I prefer sleeping right at the track because I like it. I'm usually up stupid early. I'm usually up like 5:30 in the morning. I make a cup of coffee. I get everything I need to have done on the car before anybody else gets there. Because I'm one of those anal peeps. I love the car spotless before it goes out. So I'll get up in the morning. I'll get all the pressures set. You know, depending on what the air temperature is going to be. I'll get the wings set. I'll get the splitters set. Get all the aero done. Get the car polished and cleaned up. Do all the windows so the driver can see really well. Make it as spotless as I can. So by the time the driver gets there, the car's ready. I'm ready to sit back and shoot the shit and enjoy some racing while the other teams are out racing. And then everything goes crazy all at once. This is kind of one of those, everything's really quiet and pretty laid back, and then all hell breaks loose. Then it's quiet again for a little while, and then all hell breaks loose. It's one of those jobs. Insanely high stress, but insanely high adrenaline. I normally crew, my main crew is on a Corvette. I also do a Porsche. I also do a bunch of vintage British race cars. Those could be any one of like 8 different cars, depending on which one he wants to bring to the track that day. But they're mostly vintage British cars. Ooh, we got a crossfade. Michael Sayas, a Porsche, what is it, 997, was it 997-1, I think, is Sayas. Oh, get back on the track, get back on the track, get back. And the Corvette's a Z06 from the C5 Z06. Come on! Come on! Forget these things have no rudder authority at all. I've worked on everything from a Hawk Formula Ford, his Hawk Formula Ford, Jetta, Lotus, whatever he happens to bring. It was alright until I got the tail. Didn't want to go straight, but we're down. That's the only road in. Are you kidding me? We're cutting across the grass. I'm not going all the way down the other end. Yeehaw! Look, he kicked up dust.
Who's the kid with a heart full of magic? Everyone knows it's fire.
That's me.
Janettas are a riot. They got a little tiny fire truck pump engine in them. But literally, the engine's out of the pump in a fire truck. That's where the engine comes from. They're faster than all get out. They'll corner out like a rock. They're like on rails. They're so much fun to watch. Little rear engine. Yeah, you can. I'm going over there by Icarus. So it is a fun little car. Yeah, I work on a Caterham Superlight, which is the all carbon fiber version. That's one of the ones I play around with from time to time. That Superlight's incredible because it doesn't weigh anything. You're invisible. Yep, I'm not seeing you. Oh, Microsoft. It's either Icarus or everybody else. It's the Caterham Superlight. The little thing's all carbon fiber. The thing weighs nothing. We also do like a Lotus. I think I said the Lotus already, but it's a little bit of everything in that garage. It's whatever's working. I actually like the Hawk Formula Ford. I love that car. That's like bulletproof. It runs great all the time. It's one of those that always works. Well, we're down. We only got 3 more flights with the DC-3. Thanks, guys. I want to thank the Grumpy Old Bastard Squadron, even though we can't see half of them. Like Gunner and TPHI, Icarus, and Luke, Hot Rod. And anybody else that happened to fly, thanks for flying along, even if I couldn't see you at the end. Mr. Sean Dale came by. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out and chat. I know I did not feel good today. I did not want to fly. I didn't want to do anything. But as usual, you guys made it fun. We bitched about shit, which is great for grumpy old bastards. And we had a good time. I hope everyone enjoyed. I do know is anybody else streaming? Is Liberty Flight streaming? Who's streaming? Anybody? I should say anybody that I'm going to forward it to. No. Nope. Nobody gonna raid. Okay. Nope. I'm not gonna raid tonight. So, thanks, guys. Make sure y'all, like I said, nobody I'm gonna raid. So, thank y'all for coming by. And until next time, take care of yourself and each other. And I hope you all have a good night. I'm out of here. I think. Oh, wait. Buttons. I can't find any buttons. Oh, yeah. A big shout out to the members who make these streams possible. Actually, these streams. You don't make these streams possible. You make the giveaways I do possible. So, oh, shit. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. And I'm out of here.